Anyway, let's start this shit up. I'm streaming this the night of the presidential debate. During the presidential debate. I honestly have no fucking interest in watching that train wreck, so I'm streaming. Oh shit! Oh, what is this flash? Some crazy animation going on in this last episode here. If I remember correctly, like the first 4 episodes were taken from the Game Boy Advance game, and this was like an extra one put in on the DS, and it was made from the ground up for the DS. If I'm remembering this correctly, so that's probably why this one stands out among the other ones. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. Yeah, this was never released on the original game for Game Boy Advance. Okay. February 22nd. Wow, we're going... This is 2017 here. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. Wow, he's got some depression going on here. Good case though, long as fuck. Yeah, I remember this being particularly long. There you are, finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. You're the famous defense attorney. Defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. You're better than nobody? Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please. I'm out of time. But, please, you have to help. It's my sister. Uh-oh. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Phoenix has a thing for, younger girls. And not in a creepy way. It seems like he takes a shine to him, I guess. I honestly didn't mean that in any sort of creepy way. He wasn't gonna take a case unless she acted like Maya for a split. Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. I do like Emma, though. I remember her. My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. I knew you were gonna fucking hop on that. Scientific investigator? Alright, let's examine the scene here. She makes appearances in the Apollo Justice games and in the newer 3DS ones, right? The Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. Looks like it's cleaning day again at the hotel across the way. I hear they're planning a oh, come on, this is the same thing from the last one. Wait, egads, the bellboy was staring right at me. There's something different. It's always cleaning day at the fucking hotel. Mia's plant, Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. This is a new song, too, in the game. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. I tried reading one and it made my head hurt. When I closed it, it slipped out of my hand. Then my foot hurt, too. Yeah, I think we've read these. I believe only in Spirit of Justice and Apollo Justice. Oh, and Justice, huh? Is that why it's called Spirit of Justice? Is it like revolve around Apollo? She does make an appearance in the Edgeworth game too. Oh, I do remember that. She's cool though. She's a good recurring character. There's a poster of the Steel Samurai on the wall. Maya stuck it up there on the day she left. I didn't have the heart to take it down. I do sometimes get strange looks from the clients though. Okay. Let's present my attorney's badge. Start things off. See this? It's my attorney's badge. Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before. You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit. She analyzed it, scientifically. There doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'd give you $50 for it. Sorry, but it's not for sale. Yet. Wow, Phoenix is looking on some tough time. Does he? I guess he doesn't like being a lawyer? What the fuck? I heard it does a lot and it has a big plot point, but I don't want to get spoiled, so I'm trying to stay away from any Ace Attorney page. Oh, yeah. I honestly know nothing about the Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice. Only thing I know about Dual Destinies is I played the demo at PAX a couple years ago. It was pretty good. It was I got to do like a whole investigation of a crime scene and one courtroom case, and I did pretty good. And like the whole setup in the Capcom booth was like you were standing at an attorney's or a bench, like you're actually in court, and you're standing at a bench, and the 3DS was hooked into the bench, so it was like a really cool experience. I wish I had gotten a picture of it. I took a picture of like everything else. Anyway, let me talk to her. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just that you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? Oh boy. That's younger than Maya. I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader, but I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less. Great, another future professional in training. So what's this case about? What's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow. Sorry. Some nerds. Hey, Scion, I didn't know you were on. We just got no legal yet for Phoenix. She's not legal yet for Phoenix. Jesus. My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with the knife. She wouldn't. So it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring her Mia Fey, but that's interesting. How would she know Mia? Some nerds. Damn, this is like 2 cases. Scrub. 2 cases. We're on the last case in this game. I guess you were here for the first 2, then? You missed the middle 2? They're on YouTube. It's fine. So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then? Hold on just a second. I need to check something. On the YouTube end. Some nice music to listen to while we're waiting here. Hold on. Hang on. Okay, I just needed to make sure that the YouTube link was public, because I accidentally had it to unlisted the other day. Just making sure. Okay. Excuse me. I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah. Sure can't fault her for lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Not quite yet. At least she didn't miss Justice for All yet. Wouldn't miss Justice for All for anything. Oh shit. My subscription ran out in the big patches right now. Wait, your subscription to Final Fantasy XIV ran out just as a big fucking patch comes along? So, like, you can't even patch the game? Jesus. My sister asked for her specifically. Mia Fey was a few years below her in school, so she went to the same school as Mia. She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And, well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia's a woman. Mia. Yeah, I thought it was a little strange when I saw you, too. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Days subscribed, 420 days. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Wow. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I guess we'll move along here. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want to raise this year, Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing? Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry, what exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. How the fuck does Phoenix not know this? You're a prosecutor? Chief prosecutor, as in #1 head of the thing? 2 sisters, 1 a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Spell it out for us, Phoenix. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? He's got a thing for sisters-in-law, and the other one not in-law, apparently. Let's take a look at this scene here. Is it going to say smile from the camera? Hey! How about this? This guard monitors the visitor's room. He's frozen in fear of the frigid Miss Lana. I'm feeling a bit chilly myself. Okay. Take that. Your badge looks new. I polish it daily. In a few years, the gold plating will flake off. Then we'll see the real you. Gah! Whatever happened to innocent small talk? Give it 3 years. Then we'll see what you have become. Wow! 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 Hold on 1 second. Sorry. I don't have, or I have Discord in streaming mode, so I can't actually see, I actually don't hear notifications. That's a thing built into Discord. If you're streaming with OBS or something, it'll turn off notification noises. So the other night, Sapphire got home and she started messaging me, and I guess she didn't know I was streaming because I did send out that tweet. And yeah, I didn't see her notifications. Anyway, I think you could turn it off. I'd rather not have notifications popping up in the background. Wish we saw more Lana in the games past the main trilogy. She's an interesting character, but nope. Oh shit, call forward to what happens 3 years from now. I don't think I ever finished Trials and Tribulations. I finished the original 3, like, 8 years ago. 7 or 8 years ago. I can't remember which, but it was a long time ago. I honestly don't remember a lot about this case and the third game, specifically. I do remember some bits, like the character models and like their little sprite motions, but other than that, really not much. Sorry. There's something you should note from the start, which is the suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect is me. Bum bum bum. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st, at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. My, that was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in an underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk. Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were. My. Yeesh. Sam B. So, who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What, Mr. Wright? What does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by the prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities, in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in a class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! He was in law school. I was in my 3rd year and she was auditing the class. She was different from the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was the top of her class in school. I didn't even have to say anything. I know you guys are gonna fucking... I was the best there was. Oh. Sound disappointed, Phoenix. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. It sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Get your mind out of the gutter, Phoenix. Well, Mr. Wright, excuse me? As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana! You were always this way, weren't you? You never think of anyone but yourself. Who, me? I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed. After all, the case is over. Right, I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here, and I'm going to find out what. This wouldn't be the first time that you've had a person admit their guilt. First of all, Larry, I think, admitted guilt. Or no, he didn't admit guilt. He said he wanted to die whenever she died or something like that. But then Edgeworth definitely admitted guilt, even though he knows he didn't do it. Anyway, I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everyone liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. And let's talk her and let's just... oh wait, she's not like Maya where you ask her the same thing twice in a row. Okay, we have no clues still. Here we go. Oh boy, I remember this. So this is the lot where it all happened. Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work! Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my co-workers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. I'm trying not to stand out too much here, see? Hey there! You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? Oh boy. What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall is Croner's dad. Marshall looks more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, bambina. I know how you feel, but this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, and the gold mine is evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What the fuck did he say? Hold on. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? I see. What's this guy talking about? Yeah. You know what the cacti dream about in the desert? That's an easier way of saying that. You head along now, home now. Happy trails, bambina. Texas sure travels a long way. that reminds me of that Vine where there's this dude and he's recording a fucking a jumbo screen in the middle of like Japan or something like that, and the jumbo screen has fucking hentai on it, and it's just out in the middle of public at daytime and everything. And he's looking at it, and then faces towards himself. He goes like, well, we sure ain't in Texas no more. Fuck. God, it always cracks me up. It's so fucking funny. Oh god. Was that, hombre a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of. Yeah, he's a detective. Oh, is Gumshoe not the detective in this anymore? Oh, shit. That sucks. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Look! A door! This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No, it won't open! A mysterious lock. I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? What is this? What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer. Wait! What are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. Oh boy. Wallet hastily stuffed into pocket. I'm called to duty already, at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this. Jesus, all these things taken out of context are really bad. She's talking about her young age and then waiting for this. Okay, okay now. Look at the court record. I'm not doing this. It's doing it itself. Okay. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now let's start examining from every angle. Don't speak too soon, CHRONO. Oh look, I think there might be a clue there. You should check it out. Press the examine button. This is an ID card. I mean, I think it is. It's pretty pixelated. Detective Bruce Goodman, ID 584-2189. See? Well, scientific investigation useful? Isn't it useful? I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. I just opened a wallet and looked inside. Christ. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Okay. So this is what the back of the badge looks like. And I always thought it had a safety pin. Each badge has a number carved into it. That way you can tell which attorney it belongs to. You mean you couldn't lend your badge to anyone? No, I'd be found out right away. Well, that's no fun. Interesting. Is that a screw? Weird. I would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Let's examine this a little bit. Police department. Wow, it is really hard to fucking... What am I looking at here? The picture? There we go. Let's examine this. The name and ID number written here. Detective Bruce Goodman, ID 584, blah blah blah. I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly. The reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Detective Bruce Goodman, ID Yabadab. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabadab? Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point. It doesn't take too much to amuse her. Well, Yabadab. There we go. Let's look at this thing now. We can't use the card on this little console here, maybe? Who knows? Let's examine this. This is where the cars leave the lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose? Aha! The theory of relativity. What? I've got to write this down. Ah, hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German? Or was he British? Mr. Relativity? You sure that was his name? Einstein? What are they talking about? Wasn't he like, Swedish or German or something like that? I honestly don't remember. He definitely had an accent. An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water. It's heavy. I can't even budge it. The drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide it in here and do a stakeout. I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. Probably Canadian. Yeah, Einstein was Canadian. Aha! A ladder! That's a step ladder? What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. Scientific, huh? That's a running joke. Maya called out a ladder and he goes, that's a step ladder? And she's like, I'm... fucking semantics. Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Callbacks. Look, a stylish glass-walled room. Very nice. You can see the whole parking lot from in there. It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe? Huh? Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later. I hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office. You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day. Too bad they don't have a test for common sense. Jesus. Burning. Phoenix. Here, a phone. Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What is she babbling about? Hey! What did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Jesus. What a card. Anyway. Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. Oh boy. The sheriff! Like I said before, this here's our claim. Best be moseying along. Unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Gah! Scary! Scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, well. The little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle? Huh? Please. No problem, partner. About time for vittles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. A drink? Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note to self, look up vittles, saloon, cerveza. Phoenix just laying down the insults I had from earlier. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. Thanks, CHRONO's dad. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Right, great. Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me? Were you two all set? Us? Oh, this lady. What's this? She couldn't be. You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene. Oh, that looks good. Hello, half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days at the Cough-Up Queen are over. What the... Cough-Up? Huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? Oh, I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough up, Queen. Tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, she means it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not done looking around here. Oh shit, I can't look back over there anymore. Crap. Anyway. Let's present my badge. A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickle Supreme lunchbox? Wow, it's really crunchy. A box of pickles? Kind of a sad lunch if you ask me. About this card. Lunchland visitors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card. It's an ID card. It belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady, why? It's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective. Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Let's talk. Somehow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny? Dual destiny? Was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors. They have no qualms at all about blackening the names of the innocents. Okay. Get a drink real quick. Hold on. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of them all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. Drink? Is it sponsoring the stream? Nah. I would take a sponsorship from Dr. Pepper, though. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention the other day. Get a nice Dr. Pepper. CHRONO approved. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the Cough-Up Queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday. It was in his card that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really? What? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Starr? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel like I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wielded that knife so... Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. She's got that, she's using the big words here. Not big words, but, descriptor words. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Huh, of course. It's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. And why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Evilest lunches? McDonald's? Can we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Star? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No? Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's trilobite lunch set. I do like General Tso's chicken. Never mind. You win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Star? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Ha! Perhaps. Prosecutors are all like, and the bigger they are, the worse they smell. Or the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Ew. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking cough up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Okay. Let's see if we can move the security office. Oh, we can't do that yet. Let's go to the High Prosecutor office then. Oh, this is Edgeworth's room. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look, look! There's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What? That shield? It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, he must be a real stuck-up jerk. Mr. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? Of course! I'm his biggest fan! My sister introduced us once and... Right, her sister was the chief prosecutor after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No! It was just Mr. Wright here, he... Hey, don't blame me! We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Let's examine some stuff around here. She's got a crush on old Edgy. Wow, this jacket is even lacier than the usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket, right. I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. She's getting way too excited about this. Oh boy. More out of context lines for sure. Been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Prosecutors. Huh? What was that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? Wait, what? So? So that K, that's... K stands for King? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kinda like Employee of the Month, only better. King of Prosecutors Trophy added to the court record. Let's take a look at that. Ken Edgeworth, King of Prosecutors at the PD on the day of the murder. Must be platinum. Did someone say trophy? Oh. Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. And she says that his name does kind of have a ring to it. Not gonna crush your dreams, I guess. Is that the only thing here? Hey, Captain Obvious. I guess that's it. Talk to... Oh, let's look around some other stuff here. Hey, a chessboard. I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like a blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing. Of course. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. What? Oh yeah, he's the one that does it. Strange, why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't, he'll sue you. Flowers. My. What an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead. Windy. Windy? I've heard that name somewhere before. And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one. Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place. Windy. Wendy, is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée? Oh my god. I don't think so. The funny thing is that Edgeworth actually likes Steel Samurai, so that's why he keeps it in his office. Oh, cute. What a pretty tea set. I go more for the instant tea bags myself. Jeez. Yep, definitely his fiancée. Amazing. The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction. There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far. Ladder? Books, maybe? Whoa! These are all case files? They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. He must have someone get them for him. I like doing these callbacks here. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Jeez, Phoenix Wright is getting jealous of this girl pining for Edgy. So the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. You're smirking at him. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait. No, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir. Emma Skye. It's nice to meet you again. Now that didn't sound forced at all. Now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit it, it was a surprise to me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, now I'm forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand... Wait, what did you say? Honest Guy is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth? Well, to be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors? You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy. It's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? Or Chief Prosecutor Sky, yes. We first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. Those blue eyes of Emma, though. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago, I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person. Isn't she like 16? Yeah, she is 16. She's been talking about how old she is like this entire time. She's like, at my age, I'm still doing this and this and this, even at my age. Like the entire time. But I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then why? Yeah, well, she's not 16 in the newer games, if that makes you feel any better, Kristoff. Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? To be specific, it was the knife kept in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Oh yeah, and she gets bossier. Also, her eyes are apparently a different color in that picture that comes up when you're examining something. Really? Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Fucking, what are you saying? Come on, can't he take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Okay, let's see what you're talking about here. Oh, you're talking about, when I'm examining something in the court record? Let's take a look. It's like the blood splatter here. Yeah, her eyes are like not as blue, or kind of like brownish in this. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this, anyway? Also, apples don't leave a red residue, it's just the peel. Like a tomato, maybe. Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Blood apples. I don't think there's anything else to look at here. Unless there's something on the base of the knife. Actually, let's see here. Yeah, it's a profile picture that's, got different color eyes. Yeah, she is 16, by the way, right here. Edgeworth. Hey, actually, everybody else is older than me, except for Edgeworth. Maybe she lost her contacts during examining. Is there anything else to talk to him about? Nope. Let's present him with some stuff. Hey, take a look at this. I once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago. What? You wanted to be a defensive attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Yet my path is laid out clearly before me. I have no time to reflect on what might have been. Well. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright! Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he? I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. Then my sister would be found guilty. If she sighs any deeper, I'm going to start getting depressed. Jesus. So, in other words, you were the best of the best this year, huh? You could take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department ceremony to receive that broken shield. To be fair, Phoenix was pretty depressed already at the start of the case, yeah. At least he has something to do now. Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, correct? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him about yesterday? Let's ask him about this first. Take that! It's against my policy to discuss evidence with the defense. Especially with you. He doesn't like you much, does he, Mr. Wright? Nah, with Edgeworth it's never personal. It's all about winning tomorrow. I like at the point they are in the anime, they're all fucking buddy-buddy. Talking about shit. Ow! Okay, sorry, my neck. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words... Oh, and another thing? A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. This parking stub. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, Wright? I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Oh, this guy. Excuse me, but Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find some new evidence against the chief prosecutor, Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but, sir... I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. Oh, fuck, it's Meekins. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your... Give me your name! Yes. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. But, sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave brains and good luck. Jesus. Fucking Christ, right? Right. Yes, sir? God, he caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as the patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down at least. We're pretty much done here, but let's take a look at this parking stub. Examine that. 1712. 1712. This is dated the day of the crime. The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up a couple... If only he was held up at a couple extra red lights, he wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair. Perhaps. Just goes to show you that you never know what'll happen when you run a yellow light. Let's see what we got on the back here. Anything? Nothing. There's like some of this stuff is just pointless to look at. I mean, it's got the information right here, but that just makes you have to examine every little thing, like fucking. Oh, what's the fucking game? It's the Rockstar game. God damn it! You play a detective. Shit, that's gonna bother me. Yeah, LA Noire. I never finished that. I had a problem with the interrogation stuff, though. It was a little too... The consequences were a little too fucked for how shaky the whole thing was. People could look suspicious and actually be telling the truth, and you'd like question them, and you're like, I think you're lying, and they're like, well, fuck you then, and then like the case goes a completely different direction, and you get a bad ending. Oh shit, Blue Badger hype. Yep, there it is. Whew, we're finally here. How did they put the detective so far away from the prosecutor's office? It took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. This is my first time at the police department, actually. Hold on, what's that? Oh my god. Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright. You know a lot about the police department. Still, he does seem so familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger? Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Let's examine some stuff. The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprinting sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. She's got all the right moves. They have an interview here? Oh, I see. No, it's not an interview. It's somebody saluting another guy. Like the patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that. Your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting. He was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. Okay. I was wondering about that. What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. Oh, Gumshoe made it. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Oh god. Let's take a look at that. Work of art designed by the head detective. I can't do anything other than look at it. Okay. The Blue Badger theme is my jam. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. They're all aliens. Conspiracy. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Alright, let's talk to Gumshoe's like, oh, you done looking around, pal? I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. What if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect, Lana's guy's sister. Whoa! Chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a bit odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down, Pat. What? Getting the badger dance down, pal. Oh, it's supposed to say pal. It's a typo. I think. I mean, unless I'm... Leave your thoughts in the comments. What the fuck does that mean? Typo or no? Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. Not a typo? I mean, he's saying pal right there. I know it also didn't have a comma. Down pat? Down. Okay, I guess I'm unfamiliar with what down pat means. The blue badger dance down pat. Let me look this up. This is important. Memorized or mastered perfectly. I've never heard that before. Okay. It's a saying. She had the baby's medical routine down pat. I've really never heard that before. Okay. Mystery solved. Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Let's present some stuff here. There we go. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found the detective's card, didn't I? Hey, Gumshoe wasn't, he wasn't amused by me showing it to him again. Detective Gumshoe? What can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to return it into the police. It's people that like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But don't you work together in criminal affairs? Whoa, now I remember! Bruce Goodman! He's the victim! That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Oh my god. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. He's even got naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Yeah, we've heard about the rumors. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Scott to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course somebody else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? You have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. As a detective, I have to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than to go blabbing on about things I don't know about. No, I wouldn't want you to do that either. Good. It's the Blue Badger, though. It's yours. Whatever. Here we go. So, this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There's an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Ah, boy, what is she trying to cover up, or is she really guilty? I guess we'll find out soon enough. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People said the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer from West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Hey. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Thank you, Gumshoe. You're always a big help. I'll ask Barrett to then investigate the crime scene. Hey, look here. It looks like something's been erased. Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe? Let's see. Annual bonus, $20. I think a couple zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case. Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. Wow, poor Gumshoe. 20 bucks for a year. Can I not pull this out? Yeah, I'll pull it out. Anyway, confirm guilty. Game over. Alright, let's move back to the parking lot here. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? Oh boy. Hey, what's wrong, Bambita? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Let's give this over to him. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right into the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. Maybe you investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog? He holding the birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Great, Detective Gumshoe, I owe you one. No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe, better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Hey there, Chrono Dad. Officer Marshall isn't a detective, he's a patrolman. That reminds me of something. That is odd. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler, strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Good thing we looked at that thing before. Jesus. Crumpled up and discarded. Jesus. Now I'm just going to assume Chrono's theme is this. Is that whenever he walks in somewhere? Yeah, that's my theme. Here we go. I see your badge. Looks pretty round. Our badge is a star. A lone star shining in the nighttime sky. A beam of light illuminating evildoers who come in the dark of night. Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight. Hey, that's a sheriff badge. What's that, some sort of police passport? This is Detective Goodman's ID card, strangely enough. We found it at a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance. In this rat hole, if you want distance, get yourself to Texas. Texas? This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros. Jesus. Perfect. Yep, Chrono's already beat you to that game. The joke is that I'm from Texas. I live in Texas. Ah, a toy shield suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knight, maybe? Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Let me guess. Did it have a cave or king of detectives on it? Hey, they could use that same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor's office in criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Murder weapon. Alright, compadre. Count to 3. Huh? You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas. Remind me never to visit Texas. Well, there goes my chances of meeting Phoenix Wright. 5:12 p.m. The prospector's bright red steed came in a trot, real slow like. A trot? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later, so it seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. He's calling him prospector instead of prosecutor. Maybe waiting for a prince to ride in on his bright red horse. So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along? Alright, compadre, count to 3. Oh yeah, we got this. He didn't care about the blue badger or the knife. Alright, now let's talk to him. That's some random shit. Victim. The victim. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? I get it, he's a good man. Good man. That Bruce. Well, well. Aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Oh, here we go. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't much work with the chief prospector. I keep thinking I'm misreading it, but he's missaying it over and over. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. It's high noon. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You call me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Anybody remember that book series, Hank the Cow Dog? That popped into my mind when he said that. I used to read that in school. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth. Huh? Edgeworth. That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Alright, let's see here. Now we get to look around. Jesus. B block is through here. That's where visitors park. I can see Lunchland car over here, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Yeah, fucking cannibalism. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block and buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my jobs that soon. I like this music. Jake Marshall skin confirmed for Overwatch. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yeah, why wouldn't you? Right, let's check it out. I'm not doing this. Guys, I know how to... Son of a bitch. Can I do this now? Am I allowed to? Okay, thanks. Zooming in. She's got a flip phone. Okay. Can I look at the strap? No. How about this? This blue button. Click. The display is still on the redial button. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to dial the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people like from your generation. Whatever. Let's just check this phone out. Of course you would like this music, Chrono. Talking about the music that's not even playing anymore for me. Boop. Let's press the button. I wonder who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Beep. Oh, Steel Samurai. I need this ringtone. Hey, that song, I know that. Hi, what's going on over there? Beep. Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this, anyway? It was on the ground over here. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right before right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that. Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. Wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of Lone Star Patrolman. Oh boy. There's no need to push this again. What's wrong? You look like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. What? Okay, look. Okay, here's the thing I don't like about this system. All the information is not present on the evidence screen. The evidence should be the last thing that this redialed was Phoenix Wright's phone. If that's indeed what just happened. But it doesn't say that anywhere. So, during a case or during a trial or something like that, when you're wanting to find something to contradict something else, it's not going to be displayed right here, or even easily like this all the time. It'll be like you want to look for something that, the ID badge, and it has this thing right here, the numbers. But, for instance, you'd need to see this number right here. And this number isn't written down anywhere. That's not what happened. Oh, somebody just called Phoenix at the exact same time that he pressed redial? So Phoenix was actually telling the truth right there. You won't press redial again, that's for sure. This rope, is it? Yep, they're laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Phoenix was lying. He'll explain in a minute. I guess I don't remember this case as well as you do. This appears to be the car where the body was found. Damn, death by trunk. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. Crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It just screams I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. I don't think there's anything else to look at here. Yeah, we already... Okay, let's try presenting this phone. Whoop! My sister's cell phone. Last time it was used was 5/18, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night. Why did Lana make that call? Unless she was calling her sister, and Phoenix was covering for Emma. That might have been what happened, I'm not sure. Blood loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Loss of blood from chest wound. Wound was caused by a 12-centimeter knife, single stab. Okay. Can I present this to him to see? Alright, compadre. Oh, I see. Okay, well, I think that's it we got. That's all we got here. No. Nothing here. Also, this theme that's playing reminds me of the, in Final Fantasy VI Shadows theme. The ninja with the dog. A little bit. Police department entrance? Wait. Let's go to the detention center. Present the phone. Oh, she's not here. Okay. Let's present the phone to her. Maybe? Here, see this? Ah, I've noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency to want to show people things. What is this? A behavioral study of lawyers? Okay. Is there something I'm missing in here? This rope, I got it. We already saw this. I guess we took that cell phone, yeah. Yeah, I get it. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. You know what? That's a gripe, because I clicked in that sort of area and it kept talking about the rope man. And now it has something completely different because I clicked specifically right there. Yeah. What's this? Looks like some sort of note. Look, something's written on it. 675-12-2... 7S. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed? Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Rope man confirmed for the murderer. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. Okay, can't turn it over. I didn't mean to show this. I did not mean to show him this. Skip. Alright, compadre. Ah, okay, we're not showing that to him. Well... Okay. There's a new thing here. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but there's a goldmine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? How could you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's a-blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, something's up to something here. But who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forge evidence, arranging testimonies, you name it. He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Bambina, it's your sister. Chief Prospector Lana Skye. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth is making deals to win trials? Where's the gunshot? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report and a note from the victim and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing that's still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Yeah. Beep. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that just rang wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Okay. So I was right on my second guess there. Detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. God damn, that took a long time. Usually, investigations take about an hour. This took an hour and 40 minutes. Fuck. Please don't freeze. I beg you. Did y'all see that little hold it pop up instead of my mouse cursor? It means the computer was thinking, God, that's scary as fuck. Save stating. I need to save state before I fucking save the game. How'd the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yeah? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to the trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Yeah, you're not alone. Actually, hey, hang on, quick, just a tick. Sorry, I forgot to do something. We're on day 2 trial now. I forgot to change that. Excuse me. There we go. Boom, boom. Okay. Okay, the court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. I haven't been in court since Edgeworth's trial. It's been a while now. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen? Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ho, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. Ah, and for you I have my Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts! I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up! Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What does that exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective? Ah! Ha! I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well, you may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah, free lunch. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the two blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes. Why isn't there just a wall there? Why a chain fence? If they don't want anybody going through. The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with a knife and went to drive the body out. Fortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who is this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Wait, are they talking about me? Oh boy. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend, and I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective instincts working. Then through a wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Oh, boy. Let me take a look at something real quick. Because I haven't examined this yet. Yeah. I mean, this is a glaring thing right here. Hey, you, Discord now. Thank you! Hello?
Hi.
What?
Hi.
I left the thing because I didn't turn the notifications thing on.
That's okay.
Anyway, this is like the first cross-examination and the first trial of this last case.
Yay, okay.
So first things first, this security room has this wall blocking sight of the car. How could she see the murder? But let's press some stuff. Always knew this day would come. What does that mean? How did you know? I respected the prosecutors of basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. Unbiased. Prosecutors are worms. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. Which one? I want to know. This boyfriend. He's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunch, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying.
Oh my god.
The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. Right, okay, so the wall isn't all the way to the ceiling. Okay.
Christoph, where do I see
Oh
that?
shit, yeah, seriously. I was not over the... That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime? Hmm.
Oh shoot. Hang on.
Okay. Then through a wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. Okay. By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant. I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have proof, we can always complain. Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me, I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
Oh gosh.
That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. This is my first time seeing this photograph. You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly this is most certainly the defendant. At least she's not saying my boyfriend to get guys to not talk to her.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, how's it going? My boyfriend's waiting for me.
Like, okay.
Uh-oh, that is an unmistakably lawless guy. So what was the defendant doing at the time? Well, I'm glad I, pressed her on that, because I wouldn't have got that evidence. The moment of the crime as photographed by Angel Star. It doesn't look like the moment of the crime, it looks like she's closing a trunk. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Maybe she could tell us how her hand got hurt then. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 10 centimeters long. Is it that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well-versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg from my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Okay. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goldman's chest. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. No, he doesn't. There's a fence. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that!
That's awfully rude.
Yeah. Phoenix can't go into a case without a young girl next to him.
Oh my god. Don't.
It's... okay. Okay, well, I pressed pretty much everything here. Okay, this says the moment of murder. The moment of the crime. But this doesn't look like the moment of the crime.
Yeah, kind of weird.
So, let's... hopefully this doesn't... Objection! And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But, isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph!
Thank you.
This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. Let's be a little more careful with our evidence, shall we? It is you that needs to be more careful, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Objection! How could you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stain on the prosecutor's coat? I mean, it's black and white. I just thought those were buttons. It's a black and white photograph. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Fuck it. Object. That's what I do. Wait! That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she said she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Whoa. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Whoa! These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned, with the rubber gloves to prove it. Press that. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves? Objection! Smack it again. The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves, of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. I don't... Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking that this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. Okay, let's get past this. Okay, prove it wasn't planned. Prove it wasn't planned. Shit. Shit.
I haven't seen actually what happened in this case, so I have no idea.
Have you played this game before?
No. I mean, I haven't seen like the last stream. I've been
Oh.
trying to catch up. Yeah.
Well, I only started doing the investigation for this today.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm still at a loss either way, I guess.
Let's scroll through these things here. This was in Edgeworth's trunk. The knife was in Edgeworth's trunk. Wouldn't she have brought her own murder weapon if it was premeditated?
That's a good point.
Let's present that. Objection! Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon? A red car? All belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate a planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh god. Oh no.
Also, I missed some chat. Nickelback right again from looking at this photograph.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a fashion statement for the time being. Good job, Chrono. You trying to test me? I clean toilets, you know. I've covered wars, you know. Order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. Shaking my head. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now? But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned! If she wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Oh my god.
Really
Bitch,
now?
That's what we're here for.
Really now? Oh boy. Angel's deduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Okay, hold on. Autopsy report. One knife wound. Okay, here we go.
Just glaring.
Yep. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. Does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I order pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what I need to do. I don't even need to press anything. You say she stabbed him again and again? But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. We
Yes,
may
right.
Freudian. Anyway, what do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk! He's my hero, really! Wow. Emma's got it. She's got it bad for Edgy there.
I mean, Edgy's.
What about my objection? No one noticed? Phoenix is the one that objected, but Edgeworth presented the thing anyway. Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify! Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Hold on. See the picture. She wasn't wearing her muffler in the picture. Boom, boom, boom. God, just objection after objection. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. Oh boy. Objection. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. Edgeworth's gonna take her apart instead of me. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself. With this photograph. Huh? But that can't be. Only a true professional could be so clueless. I'm sure you'll make a good lunch lady. Have no fear. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there. A scarf. No, not that, but something red. Really. Well now, where were we? The witness was giving us an entertaining interlude, but now back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim? This testimony might just be the moment of truth. Oh boy. Wonder how long this, hopefully I don't... hopefully, like, this is the last... This testimony, or maybe the next one, is the last one for this trial so far. Because I've been streaming... I do want to actually keep streaming tonight. I just need to stop this before it gets too long. It's at 2 hours, 10 minutes right now. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Starr, resistance is futile. How did she catch her through the fence? Liar! You were quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Starr. That wasn't a very good metaphor, first of all. A cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self.
We're into that.
Attorney Wright gets bitten by a snake. Okay. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Oh boy, what am I going to do first? After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to the side. Okay. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her. Wait, why was she running? Wasn't she trying to get away in the car or something? That was very sensual, Chrono. I mean... Oh, hey, Leaps. Sorry I'm late.
Later.
Just listened to the three-parter from... Why does she have an onigiri on her head? Oh, 'cause she's a lunch lady. She sells lunch boxes. Bento boxes, I guess. So where's this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. I'd like to know about that. You say, quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. Yep. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The lunch lane car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it just about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing! The cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. How come Miss Sky didn't get away? Maybe she went to the phone. That's behind the wall. That's why she tried to call her sister? When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky! Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So,
Yes.
What you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? You mean this cell phone? Ask further, for sure. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at this crime scene? Yes, ultimately. It was on the other side of the wall. Ultimately. My memory. It's like a salmon, heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Quick thing. There's two things about this testimony that stink, first of all. One is that... Let's take a look at this floor map here. The cell phone we found next to the car on the other side of the wall. But if she said that she was trying to use her phone next to this telephone, we would have found the phone over there. Also, she said that she only heard the word muffler from her.
Yeah.
Nothing about the word red, which she thought was blood. She mistook for blood. So two
Right.
things. I'm not sure what the press
She's
first.
assuming somehow.
Exactly. There's no way to... I can't actually press her on that specific detail for whatever reason. Let me, what did they update with the cell phone here? The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Oh! Emma said that she hung up immediately, and that she didn't actually hear anything from her sister over the phone. So that would contradict with her sister, but I'm not sure if they would accept that.
Yeah. So you gotta somehow figure out how to catch her on that, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the thing. Trying to figure out what to present to what in this game is kind of weird, Because there's a few things I'd like to ask specifically about, but I don't see those exact things to actually do. I'm wondering if I should present this or not, though. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing! I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Good thing I pressed her on that. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket.
How'd she know that?
And during the time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Yeah, how did she know that if it was on the other side of the wall? Then when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? Phoenix has got a smile on his face. What is it, Mr. Wright? He loves doing this job, I know it. Oh, let's see here. How did she see her give up using the phone, the thing on the wall? Can I present this?
This feels like a bad skit named The Phone on the Wall.
The phone on the wall. Let's see here. Yeah, let's present the floor plans to this statement here. Here we go. I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime scene from this point? However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? Whoa! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. Grr. Objection! That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about where she saw it. I would think. Yeah. She tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. It would be pointless for her to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. The witness did actually see Miss Skye using the emergency phone. In other words, Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Objection! Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place where Miss Starr witnessed the crime would have to be like the security room, I would think. I hope this doesn't ruin the chance of getting another free lunch.
Oh my god.
It'd have to be the security room. It's pretty prevalent here. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second level so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park an 8 block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could have turned. Today a man has gotten the better of Angel Starr. Well, too many people lying in court. Order, order. Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Skye? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said that she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. Yeah, where'd she get that photograph, though? If she was in the security guard station. Truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us, what was her reason? What her reason was, Mr. Wright? Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? The angle of view to the crime? The distance to the crime? Difference in lighting?
Oh my god.
I wanna say that. I know that's not that. I'm gonna save
definitely
state.
not.
Difference in lighting. Here we go. It's a difference in lighting. Lighting? What does that mean? Well, it means, see, the security guard station is on the 2nd level, so, she would have seen the crime in better lighting conditions. And this is important. Why? Perhaps you'd like to reconsider, Mr. Wright. Okay. It would be the angle of view to the crime. Why, the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the 2nd floor, and, she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime? Oh, is that not it?
I was thinking it was
And this is important. Why? Okay, hold on, actually, let me take a look at this.
Like
oh, the distance would be closer, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like a lot closer.
Oh, you know what I was thinking?
What's that?
Well, the distance would be closer for the security room to the telephone. If you wanted to say that she was closer from the security room to the telephone, I guess it was easier to get over the fence and get to the telephone than get out of the security room into the thing. Okay. Sorry, I'm safe scumming that one time.
Oh wow.
Oops. Distance to the crowd. Because I also misunderstood. Because she saw. Okay, for another thing. The picture was from a different angle.
True.
I want to address that, but this isn't the time to do that, apparently. Distance. Sorry. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Objection! Now you have an objection. My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is about 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she would see. Objection! What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Huh. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye? Well, witness?
Faith is,
You.
making fun of you.
Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. Oy. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Oh, that's a long trip. Holy fuck. Well, at least she didn't lie about that door being locked. And that's why I had to go through visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. Yeah, 30 seconds is a little different. Jesus Christ. 5 minutes? Rabble! Rabble, rabble!
It's locked from the inside, though?
The door was locked when we investigated the scene earlier.
Okay.
And,
she's on the other side of it.
Yeah, I guess it was locked just in general.
Yeah,
Need a key to open it.
Fair enough.
This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely! Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Yeah, I mean, we do have evidence. We definitely do. Right? 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank? Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah! Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. She has a grudge against the defendant, and there's a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Oh boy. Hold it! Oh boy. Ugh. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me! I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Oh my god. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Oh, for fuck's sake.
His heart through his stomach.
Yep. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she's gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time?
Her lunchbox vagina.
Out of her box. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe, did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other was the defendant, Miss Lana Sky's blood. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Why didn't she bring this shit up? What? There was a blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Rabble! Rabble, rabble! Objection! Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You should know the 2 rules of evidence law, Miss Starr. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. Well, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Ugh. Lady. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Not so fast. Hold on. Get a look at the shoe. It's just blood stains on the bottom, too. Ah! There's blood here, too! On the sole of the shoe? It's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood. It's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. Well, he stepped in his own blood. And this blood, it's my sister's, right? It appears so. On his right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Okay. Okay, so that we have... Okay. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe, did I not bring this up? Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One, of course, was the victim's, and the other was the defendant, Miss Lana Sky's blood. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole batch of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. What's wrong with the victim's shoe? I'm gonna say that there's a problem, just to get this going along. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with the evidence. Alright, I'm going to show the bottom of the shoe. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of the shoe? Ah. Traces of victim's blood. There's not much blood in this knife, honestly.
I have no idea.
Hmm. Oh, well, this photo, there's no bloody footprints, right?
I'm not even sure if she's wearing the same shoes.
No, it's the victim's shoe.
Oh, it's a big. Okay, right.
But if he stepped in his own blood, there'd be a bloody footprint.
Or just a puddle, right?
Something. There's no blood at the scene of the crime, quote unquote, on the ground. And the knife looks like there's not a lot of blood, but I'm going to present this here. Take that. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Not that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found on the scene of the crime? Aha!
Yeah.
As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about his shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Objection! Right back at you, Edgeworth. If there were bloody prints, they would have been found. We checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Rabble! Rabble! Rabble!
Like I just started screaming that.
Order! Order! It's the when the crowd goes nuts.
I know,
and they go,
but like there are times where you don't say it normally.
Uh-huh.
You just start shouting it in a more intense tone.
Well, witness? Huh? Well, great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction, but then we have to ask, why wasn't there a footprint? Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Hold it. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint of the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. That last bit threw me off guard. It was very sensual. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth, though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright?
Oh, God.
What do you want to know? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason, and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Whoa! Oh boy. Right back at me. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So my sister's blood on the shoe, that's when it happened? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But if she knocked it over, she would have needed to push it, not kick it. Well, I mean, she was wearing high heels. And also, it was pretty fucking heavy, from what we found out at the crime scene. Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Hold it! Little girl, what did you say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. Objection. You've reached your verdict, Your Honor. Any further comments will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough up, Queen. Look at this. Oh my. A photograph? I had this just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway.
Wouldn't the blood, though, have washed off the shoe, unless maybe they didn't stun?
It looked like it was up on a different elevation or something like that, but...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Oh my god. Ghosts throwing puns at me. Get yourself off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection! Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph! The last one submitted! This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying that there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah! I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem with this photograph. Oh fuck, I don't know.
Is it the muffler?
Oh, the muffler is dripping. I saw that. I wasn't sure exactly.
Looks like there's something stuffed in there, not dripping.
I mean, it's black and white. It could be... I didn't know if it was liquid or something, but yeah, I do see something in there.
Yeah.
The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also part of on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does it have to do with this case?
Expensive.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Objection! Uh-huh. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said it as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Yeah. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth and the muffler is related to the case. Here we go. The word muffler was overheard during a call. Here we go. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Ah! Yeah! Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. So, okay. Is the Japanese word for muffler the same as the word for scarf? I mean, this kind of makes sense only in English, if you think about it.
Maybe they had to
change it around.
some things, yeah, in the English version.
Clever if they did. I don't know how they did it, though. Oh! Whoa! Well, let's find out what's in the muffler. Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings. Just in time, too. Just suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. This case is only in the English version. Oh.
Well.
Really? Well, I knew that this wasn't on the Game Boy Advance version, but this case wasn't in the Japanese DS game? That's interesting. Find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered, here we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Whew! That was close. But we made it. At least for now. The court will adjourn for 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry?
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. To be continued. Wow. I'm going to stop the stream and... Oh, please don't freeze. It does this every time. It scares me. Okay. And save state.
You should save state like before you actually...
Yeah, I mean to, but I forget that as I'm doing it. Okay, I'm going to stop the stream real quick, and I will be right back in just a couple minutes here. I'm going to stop it before it gets to 3 hours.